Hey y'all, welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time here, then welcome. My name is Lori and I'm glad to have you. Why don't you grab a cup of coffee and get comfy and we'll chat for a few minutes. In the last 2 or 3 months, I've been asked repeatedly about whether or not this is a good time to get into the buy and hold real estate market. We're living in the year of 2020 and we're about 5.5, 6 months into the COVID crisis that has turned our whole world upside down. And people are wondering, is it a good time to get started with buy and hold investment properties? Is it smart to wait 60 to 90 days to see what happens? And my response to that is maybe. It really depends on where you're at. Obviously, if you have any concern about losing your income anytime in the near future, then you probably just want to put back as much money as you can. You don't want to worry about investing in buy and hold real estate. But if your income is stable, then I would say the time to get into the real estate market is the time you find the right deal that works for you. So if a deal comes to me today and it fits my criteria for what I'm looking for a property that I want to add to my portfolio, then today is the right time to get into the market. If I were to wait 60 days or 90 days to see if maybe that turns into a better deal, then it's very likely that deal will no longer even be available to me. And if I get into the deal today because it works for me for what I'm looking for today, then most likely in 60 to 90 days, I'm already cash flowing that property. And that's something I don't want to miss out on. I'm trying to grow my portfolio into even bigger than what I have now. So the right time to get into the market is when the right deal comes to you. If you feel like your income, you're financially stable, and that deal comes to you, then it's the right time to get into the market. The reason I think it's a good time to get into the market, if your deal makes sense, is that because people always will need housing. Now, if I was flipping properties or if I was a real estate agent trying to help people buy or trying to help people sell, then obviously my opinion would probably be very different. I'm not ignorant to the fact that the world economy and living in this COVID crisis has not turned things inside out and upside down, and that obviously affects every aspect of the economy, including the buy and hold real estate market. But regardless of what happens, people still need a place to live. So my strategy and the way I've decided to address it is to fill my portfolio with properties that provide families a great place to live at a wide range of price points. And what I mean by that is that I have properties that cash flow well in my portfolio that rent for $1,700, $1,800, even $1,900 a month. But I also have properties that cash flow well in my portfolio that rent for $1,200 or $1,300 a month. And that's a pretty wide range. The family that had a $2,500 mortgage last year but got laid off due to COVID and can no longer afford that mortgage needs to get out of that house. Now, hopefully they're able to sell it before it turns into a short sale or even a foreclosure situation. But when they get out of that house, they need some place to go. So I have properties in my portfolio that they can very likely afford because they are considerably less than the $2,500 a month that they can't afford any longer. So I know that I offer a product to the market that there's a great demand for because people, again, still always need housing. Now, I know you're going to hear a lot of people out there that might agree with me, might disagree. There are people out there that are, really smart and have been really, really successful in the real estate market that are saying, absolutely do not buy a property right now. There's going to be better deals in 60 days or 90 days. And I would agree with that for them in that situation. And there's going to be other people out there that are going to say, now is the time to buy because interest rates are lower than they've ever been. And you want to take advantage of that. And I agree with that. Depending on where you're at, if it works for you, that might be a smart thing for you to do. Then there's those guys out there that say, if you send me $10,000 or $15,000 today, I will get you into the market at the exact right time. And somebody's been successful with that because people are still sending them $10,000 or $15,000 to make them successful. So the answer is that all three things can be true at the same time, but may not be true for all of us at the same time. For me, the right time to get into the market is when the right deal comes to me. If I have a deal that's available to me that makes sense, I'm going to jump on it. Interest rates are low and I'm going to take advantage of that. But because I also practice the BRRRR strategy, and the final R of the BRRRR strategy is repeat, then I'm going to have the opportunity to get into those deals that might be available in 60 days or 90 days from now because the prices have dropped in the market. Ideally, if the prices drop and the interest rates stay low, I'll have a real opportunity to get even deeper into the market in a big way. And I would take advantage of that as well. But my whole point is that because I'm a long-term investor, I don't believe you can time the market. None of us knows what is going to happen. All of these terrible things could happen, all kinds of wonderful things could happen, and it might not even change at all. So if something works for me today, then today is the right time to get into the market. If it doesn't work for me today, then today is not the right time to get into the market. And that's my 2 cents on timing the buy and hold real estate market. I hope some of that makes sense to you, but I would love to hear, what do you think about trying to time the real estate market? Do you think it's a good time to buy because interest rates are low? Or do you think maybe we should hold off because prices could go even lower? Or do you think, like me, if the deal makes sense, it's time? I'd love to hear about it. Drop down into the comments below and let me know what you think, or even just say hi. Before you go, please do subscribe and ring the bell so you can be notified of all the new videos coming your way. I have so much stuff that I want to talk to y'all about and share with y'all that I haven't even had time to make all these videos yet. And clearly, I still need some time to work on my editing skills. But anyway, please do subscribe and ring the bell. And until next time, bye y'all.